Kia ora team, I'm Coach Ray. I'm a triathlon and marathon running coach who specializes in coaching beginner and recreational athletes to achieve their sporting as well as their health and fitness goals. In today's short video, I'm going to take you through week 8 of my 12-week beginner half marathon training plan. Now, who is this plan for? It's for anyone that wants to run their first marathon or run their second, third, fourth marathon with the goal of completing it. To start this plan, you need to be able to run non-stop for 60 minutes and be comfortable running 3 to 4 times per week, although the training plan only involves 3 run sessions per week. Now, if you can't run for 60 minutes yet, or you can't run really more than 30 minutes, then I've got some other options for you at the end of this video. And if you like to supplement your running with some gym strength workouts, I've also got a training plan that will complement this nicely. More details of that at the end of the video. Now, week 8's focus points are on building that aerobic fitness. We're going to start including some threshold intervals, really just step that up for the last few weeks, but we're also going to continue building your endurance with the long runs. We're going to make them a little bit longer. Well, actually, no change from last week. We're keeping it at that 2 hours for now. We want you to be able to recover from the training that you do so you can get the maximum benefits. This week's workouts, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, our key run days as always. Sunday, the 2-hour long run. Thursday, those stride outs, 55 minutes again, 10 by 15 second stride outs. But Tuesday sees our first threshold run. It's 4, 3, 2, 1 threshold runs. I'll explain the workout in more detail shortly, but we're running at level 4. That sustained intensity that you can hold for a little bit longer or stretch it out with minimal rest. Friday sees another stretching session, as we always do. That's our recovery day. That's where we do some work on our regeneration, on our recovery, and optimize our performance through that. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, those are your optional strength days. Take the opportunity, get into the gym, and prevent some injuries, staying resilient. Let's get into the 4, 3, 2, 1 threshold runs. This builds your high aerobic capacity. We're sustaining the intensity, although we are having little micro breaks in there that you'll find out about shortly. We're starting off with a 15-minute warm-up at level 2. Then we're going to step it up to level 4 for 4 minutes, have a minute rest at level 2, where we keep jogging, and then it's 3 minutes at level 4. 40-second rest interval at level 2, 2 minutes at level 2, 20-second rest interval before we hit our final minute at level 4. We're then going to jog for 2 minutes at level 2 and repeat the whole process, and then cool down for 15 minutes at level 2. Don't forget to do the stretches at the end of the session. There's a great post-run stretch session on Velocity that you can follow along with. 55-minute stride outs, the same as last week. This is where we're mixing in some higher intensity efforts. We're not sprinting, just fast, sustained, smooth, good technique running for those 15 seconds. We're starting with that 25-minute warm-up, doing those 10 by 15 seconds at level 5, having 45 seconds at level 1, and then 20-minute cool down at level 2. Don't forget the stretching at the end of the run. Finally, on the Sunday, we've got our 2-hour long run. This is where we're continuing to build our aerobic efficiency. We're continuing to build our endurance. No change from last week. It's basically 2 hours at level 2, but we are doing those 4 stride outs towards the end. An hour 35 into the run is our first one, an hour 40 for our second, an hour 45 for our third, and then our final stride out at an hour 50. And then you've got those 10 minutes of cooling down or continuing to run at level 2. And then, once again, don't forget the stretching. It really pays dividends. It makes you more supple. It gives you that freedom of movement and it is good for your recovery. Let's have a quick word on intensity because we've got a new one in there today. Level 4. This is a hard pace. Sustaining that, running, trying to have a conversation with a training partner, it's not going to happen. You'll be able to get 2 or 3 words out. You're going to be out of breath. You're going to need to catch that breath between short little communication pieces with your training partner if you've got one. It's at that 100 to 103% of your threshold pace that you sustained during the 5K last week. But remember, the bulk of our training is at level 2. That's our easy pace, where you can hold that conversation comfortably with a training partner, and we're focusing on our aerobic efficiency, getting that air into the lungs and that oxygen from that air to the working muscles. We still do have that level 5 intensity, the short stride outs in both the stride out session and towards the end of the long run. Level 5, it is a hard intensity, but we're only doing it for that short duration, so we're not getting to the point where we're out of breath and grunts and groans. It'll be about 110 to 120% of your threshold pace. The other intensity used during this week is level 1, our rest interval during Thursday's stride out session. Keeping that pace below 80%, very easy intensity, no issues trying to converse with someone. As I mentioned at the start of the video, if you can't run comfortably for 30 minutes, my Getting Started in Running training plan is for you. Over 4 weeks, we'll build you up from not being able to run to being able to run 4 kilometers. We start off with some jog walk sessions. We spend more time walking than we do jogging, and over those 4 weeks, we increase the amount of jogging, we increase the amount or the duration of the workout, and we decrease the walking relative to that jogging to give you the ability at the end of the 4 weeks to go out and run 4 kilometers non-stop. If you can run for 30 minutes, but not for a full 60 minutes, I've got a couple of options for you. Send me a DM or email me, coachray@coachray.nz. I've got some options there I can discuss with you, maybe even get on a Zoom call, have a chat about your training, about your fitness, about your other life goals, how busy you are with work, family, study, your other commitments, and come up with an overall concept that fits you holistically. And if you like going to the gym, the strength plan to complement this is Run Strong, build strength for faster, more efficient running. A couple of different variations there, 3 strength sessions per week and a 2 strength session per week options. They will help you build that appropriate muscle so you can be a strong, resilient, injury-free runner. Now, don't forget to reach out, send me an email or reach out on Facebook or Instagram. On Instagram, I'm at coach_Ray_NZ, NZ for our North American friends, and pretty easy to find on Facebook. Send me a message, send me an email, send me a DM, and we can organize that Zoom call and have a chat about your training. But if you want to click one of the links below and just sign up for one of those training plans, I'll happily welcome you into the fold and you can join the rest of the Quick Kiwi squad.